Hey, I feel like
talking.
Oh, hey there. I didn't even notice you. So, today we're going to talk about, is AI going to replace us? Maybe, maybe not. That's the end of it.
Thanks for watching.
No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully not. I don't think it's going to replace anybody, really. I think jobs are going to continue existing as they always have, and we're going to have to continue working. The real question is, will it replace programmers? I don't think it's going to replace programmers, and the only reason I see why is because ChatGPT and other AI like that, it's just not very good, at least yet, I know people are going to argue with me, at doing complex programs. It's really great at writing single script things. Even GPT-4 is masterful at writing single script projects. But as soon as you give it more than one script, it tends to have some struggles with what you're doing. And unless it can visually see everything you're doing, it struggles even further. And I know there's applications like Devin and other things being developed to where AI will be able to take screenshots and see everything you're doing, and that's great. And that might continue to replace us. But I don't think in the long run, not learning programming is what you should do. I think you should still learn programming because it teaches you the fundamentals of computer science. Take this for instance. Say you need to make an application that saves and loads files, but you have no idea how file management works. Not only do you not know how file management doesn't work, you don't know how file types work, you don't know how directories work, and you don't even know how recursiveness works. And so my brother asked me the question, in the near future, will I be able to just tell an AI to give me a video game? And that question is fairly complicated. Yes and no. Yes, it probably will be able to make full FPS games similar to Call of Duty in the future, but it will lack a creative edge to it. The biggest problem in any video game development is the creative edge. I've learned for the past 4 years how to make all kinds of gameplay, physics, and mechanics and all sorts of stuff inside of Unity and Unreal Engine. I feel comfortable doing just about everything in a video game, but AI is going to have the same problem it does making art when it makes video games. The problem it has with making art is it keeps cranking out the same kind of images. This has been demonstrated in other videos. I can't really remember the name of the lady. If I can find her video, I'll link it in the description. But it's been demonstrated that AI lacks a very creative edge because it's just a computer just randomly generating stuff. So because of that, yes, I believe AI will, in the far further future, maybe 10, 20 years, who knows, could be 5 years, will eventually be able to make fully playable 3D games instead of just something simple like Pong, or I think it can make checkers and stuff like that now. But point being, for these games and other things that AI creates, it almost always takes a small amount of human intervention to take it from good to exception. We've seen this a lot with stuff being produced with AI now and in the past. For example, a lot of people don't seem to realize that deep fakes were AI and are AI. They're the same exact kind of AI we're talking about now, machine learning. And it's been around for a long time. And when it first came out, everyone was really upset with it. It didn't look perfect, when it was in Star Wars, you could kind of tell. And now you can't tell, and no one really cares. But everyone seems to have forgot those 5-6 years before ChatGPT was ever released, where we were having deep fakes just constantly coming out. And so on that note of it being used in the video industries, in deep fakes, and also in visual effects tools, I want to say it hasn't progressed as far as people like to act like it has. It really hasn't, because we go back, when did the Star Wars with the deepfake come out? Google says 2020, but we know deepfakes were around even before then. So it had to have been at least, maybe not 5 or 6 years, but at least 2 or 3 years before ChatGPT ever came out, deepfakes were extremely mainstream. So while it has come a long way from the previous obvious deepfakes that we used to have to almost completely indiscernible deepfakes, it's not to the point where it's going to replace programmers, especially ones that are really good at what they do. The same way, AI hasn't replaced visual effects artists, and visual effects artists have only gotten better from AI. And I think visual effects artists have actually become more numerous now since AI is out, and it's become the bar to enter visual effects has lowered over time. It's actually just only increased the amount of visual effects we have in movies and provided more jobs for visual effects. I don't think it's going to eliminate all of the jobs for programmers or game developers too. So, in conclusion, will it replace us? No, I don't think so. But should you learn everything? Also, no, I don't think so. I think you should really just learn the basics of programming. And by basics of programming, I mean just start making applications, small things. Start with Python and use turtle graph. That's what I did. I made a little spiral animation I'll show now on screen. And stuff like that will help you learn vector math and how programming just in general works and how easy it is to tweak things and change things and make something. If you do start learning more, be careful not to go down the slippery slope of learning all the back end stuff, because that can take you to the end of the earth basically in terms of learning things. If you go learning all the back end stuff, you'll virtually never run out of things to learn, which is great for someone like me that likes to learn new things, but it's also dangerous because there's not many job opportunities for stuff like that. Even though they're really high paying, they're just few and far between. Convincing people that you've learned it is very hard, especially without any other experience. So just be careful there. Don't go off learning assembly right away or learn some stuff and then start trying to make a game engine right away without any prior computer science or programming experience. You need to get a firm grasp of computers first and then programming, and then start making the complicated stuff that you really want to make. And I would also recommend don't do that right away, because if you do the easier stuff that pays money nowadays, you can start making money doing easier things so that you can start programming the harder things that you actually want to do. Anyways, that's my little rant. I don't believe AI is going to replace anybody really. I think the only people it did replace, and deservedly so, are the people on Fiverr charging everyone tons and tons of money for their art.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any more future videos.